Hello everyone, welcome back to Consistent Profits. This time around we're doing a midweek analysis on GBPUSD, EURUSD, the dollar index, S&P, the Nasdaq, as well as the Dow Jones. The intention is that you find value out of this video and hopefully this helps you become consistent in your trading. With all of that said, let's dive in. Alright, remember the ideas that are shared on this channel are merely for educational purposes, and once you begin to use your real money, you will do so on your own discretion without any pressure from anyone. And with that disclaimer out of the way, let's have a look at what the dollar index has been doing. Alright, this week has started and we already understood that the dollar index is still in a bullish state. And what happened is that it traded to the downside Monday, Tuesday, and began to rally to the upside, targeting the high that we spoke about earlier in the week. These highs over here, pushed into it and began to crash to the downside. Right now the expectation are we would like to see how today's price trades, because potentially today's price may result in this market crashing to the downside, purging or dipping again like it did on Wednesday over here, or rather on Tuesday over here, and see if it will dip or break structure to the downside. If structure breaks to the downside, then we know we are in a situation of market structure shift. But potentially this price, based on how it trades today, it might dip and then begin to rally to the upside, targeting these levels again, and potentially continuation to the upside. And with that said, I want to jump in to EURUSD. On this market, we can see, as we had spoken earlier this week, as the price has been very much bearish, and the bearish momentum continued after a little bit of a rally to the upside on the Friday and Monday, crashed to the downside, dipped below these lows over here, and then began to trade to the upside. This dip also was respectful of this level. Price didn't close below this level, which is more like a purge. And what we can see now is that we want to see how today trades, and with that having been said, or that in mind, then we align ourselves accordingly, because price seems like it's targeting this level over here, these highs. There's a draw on liquidity at this level, and potentially price can trade to that, break the structure, or just purge and then begin to rally to the downside to take out this level here, or simply just trade to this rejection that we see over here. And once that has occurred, then we align ourselves accordingly. So what I'm seeing in this market is potentially price trading further to the downside into this rejection over here to take it out, or just trade to it and then seek higher prices again, or simply break the structure and continue momentum to the downside. However, there's also another potential that it will trade to this level here, because there's a sense of drawn liquidity at this level that price can trade into, purge or break structure, and then we have a market structure shift on the Euro US dollar. With that said, let me jump into GBPUSD. On this market, what I'm seeing is that this market has been in a consolidation for a couple of weeks now. However, with that said, we already understood that there might be a draw on liquidity at this level here, which price traded to dipped below both these levels and then began to rally to the upside yesterday. And what we want to see now, just like Euro USD, if is price going to trade all the way to this level, just to purge or break structure and maybe continue momentum to the upside. However, today's trading day will give us a footprint, or will give us a hand as to what price is willing to do. It can also crash to the downside to break all of this consolidation and continue to the downside to seek lower liquidity, these levels over here. However, we're also keeping in mind that the dollar has been quite bullish, and therefore the likelihood, and it's still in a bullish state by the way, the likelihood is for this these currencies, GBPUSD and EURUSD, to continue to the bearish side. However, there could be also a market structure shift as a result, breaking structure to the downside, that being the dollar. And when that has happened, these markets are potentially EURUSD and GBPUSD going to also trade to the upside, break these levels over here, and then create a market structure shift and a continuation to the upside. So I'm looking to see what these markets are to trade like today and align myself accordingly. Now we're diving into US100. What I see in this market is that market structure shift took place yesterday when this candle closed above this level over here. And what I'm potentially wanting to see is how price is going to trade today. But I can see that a strong draw on liquidity is over here to the upside. Price, we'll see once it reaches this level how it trades over there. Then we align ourselves maybe for sales, or we simply stay out of the markets or whatever the decision will be. However, there is a sense of strong draw of liquidity at this level over here. Potentially price will trade to it and then begin to seek lower prices being to trade into this fair value gap, or maybe this one over here, these lows over here, which also has a fair value gap. And from there we will have a look and analyze the market as far as how it has closed this week, today, or maybe tomorrow, and then align ourselves accordingly for future trades. However, what I'm seeing is that price is potentially going to trade into this level, break it, or just simply peek into it and then seek lower prices. However, we will align ourselves according to what price is showing us. Alright, with that said, I jump into the Dow Jones, and with this market we can see that price traded to the downside, dipped into this low over here, and then began to seek higher prices. What I am expecting is for price, just like on the dollar, the US100, to dip into this high over here or break it, the structure, and then we will be having a market structure shift. However, if it purges into it, we will see if we can take advantage of that and seek lower prices. Yes, and since the market has purged to the downside like this, we will be waiting to see if this rally to the upside is to just dip into this level over here or simply take it out. And once it reaches that level, then we will see how price trades at that level and see if we could take advantage to the downside, targeting these rejections over here, or simply just targeting this order block that we see in this level over here, the opening price or the like. So of course we're going to align ourselves with what the market shows us. But when I look at this market now, it's simply seems like price is drawing into this level here, which also has a fair value gap, and we will see how the market trades once it reaches those levels there. Okay, with that said, let's see what is the US500 showing us. The US500, we have been bearish for weeks now and traded to the downside, patched over here last week. On Friday, began to rally to the upside, traded into this fair value gap as well as this one. We wanted to see if price is going to continue to the downside, seeking lower prices and also taking out this level here. However, price have been very bullish this week so far, and we want to see how is price going to trade today. At the moment, it seems like the draw on liquidity over here, it's where price is going, just like on the on the US100 we have seen the Nasdaq, and we want to see if this level will be taken out, in a sense of price trading above it and closing above it and continuing to seek higher prices, or we simply going to peak into this level here, and then once that has been done, price is going to seek lower prices, potentially this fair value gap over here, or price is going to rally to the downside to take out this level and this level. Okay, when you look at these indices, you realize that the US500 it's still maintaining bearish momentum. The Dow Jones is still maintaining bearish momentum. However, the Nasdaq is in a market structure shift to the upside after breaking structure yesterday. And with that said, it creates a little bit of a diversion as far as these markets are concerned. We are yet to see how today's trading is going to look like, particularly at these highs. This high over here, and on the Dow Jones, this high over here. We want to see how price is going to trade at those levels. Alright, so once we have seen how the market is trading around those levels, we will align ourselves accordingly. Alright, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.